Oh, girl, you doing it every day in different ways. So yesterday, which was going to be 8 days out from sabbatical, I posted, or I thought I recorded a telling and insightful video. I found out once I went back to my phone that it stopped recording. I think I had like an incoming call or text message that stopped the camera, and that probably would have been a 25 minute video, and it stopped at like 6 minutes, on top of the fact that I didn't check the positioning of the tripod, and it cut my head off. So I just let it go for the day. I ain't about to stress myself out. But now we are 7 days out. I've recorded a series of videos that I've yet posted because 1, 2, possibly 3, I did chopped up, so I need to edit and bring it back together. And this is why I started off creating videos I don't have to edit, because my ass just might not. So I'm gonna get to it. But it takes time, and I'm not even like doing big edits. It's just like cutting stuff out, putting it together. But boy, the thought process with that, the energy with that. So I said, you know what? Let me go back to what was allowing me to do this consistently. So I want to share with you what I intended to share yesterday was about the preparation in this experience and some of the things that has happened in sharing this journey. So a couple of my friends said, oh, I want to live vicariously through you. Make sure you share, pictures, videos, And I was like, well, you know what? Okay, I'll consider that. And another friend was like, yeah, why don't you just do it and then put it on the YouTube channel? And so I was going to do that and have it just for my friends. And then as I was talking to somebody, I was like, well, I really do want to learn how to start doing storytelling, because I would love to be a digital storyteller. And maybe I should use this as an opportunity to work on that skill or that craft. And so I decided to give myself space to create more intention with the YouTube. And not surprisingly, it became more than just I'm sharing. It became centering my own discomforts. It became a mirror for, parts of me that I can give more attention to. And it also became an opportunity to embrace being a beginner. And so what I mean by that is I've done content creation since 2013, but that was centered around mental health expertise, wellness, inspiration. So the focus wasn't on me. Yes, I was talking. Yes, from time to time I'm sharing stories about myself, but the function of the share is for other people, right? And it's about something internal. This feels very different because I know I'm going to be sharing my adventures, but I've also gotten recommendations of the type of videos. Oh, it's pretty. I've also gotten recommendations on the type of videos I should include, like get ready with me videos, or this is what I'm packing videos, this, that, and the other. And once I started challenging myself to do that, my goodness, I felt so awkward, like really awkward. Like I am putting on clothes and showing people the clothes that I'm putting on intentionally versus like you just seeing my clothes. It felt different. It felt like this is intentionally creating visibility in ways that I don't mind. I mean, in ways that I don't want or ways that I feel uncomfortable with. So I have recorded at least 4 get ready with me videos, and I haven't posted them because I'm not going to, and I felt so awkward. But yesterday was the first time I like intentionally posted a video that was like, look at me. And let me tell you, even just asking my friend to record me, it felt awkward. And it's a brain thing, because again, it's not like I've never taken pictures and shared them. It's not like I've never recorded myself and shared a video, right? But it's something about the function and the intention of the sharing that my brain clocked, and it gave it different meaning, you know? Oh my gosh. So in that moment and watching it back, I'm like, oh my gosh, I look so awkward. I look so awkward. And it made me think of when Issa Rae had her original like YouTube series, Awkward Black Girl. And I actually during that time had my hair cut really low. And people used to say, oh, you look like her. But like some people used to say like, oh, you're like an awkward black girl. And I never got it. I never understood. Even some years ago, some friends and me were talking, and they said, yeah, girl, you a square. And I was like, what? But now I get it. Now I get it. Because let me tell you, that video was awkward. And I posted it. And I am a verbal processor. So I posted a regular video, you know, with a little voiceover or caption or something. But I also posted the video again, giving context as to how I feel awkward, because I feel like that's real. I don't know. I've seen social media influencers say things like, oh, it's cringe, still post it. But like, to me, I always took that as, oh, somebody else might see it as cringe. I don't feel like I've seen enough content where people themselves are talking about any feelings of awkwardness in sharing their stuff. And I'm not saying I haven't seen it, I just don't see it enough. Because even me, a person who is comfortable being on camera, a person who is a public speaker, has been a public speaker for a long time, a person who's created content, felt awkward when the purpose of the content shifted from expertise about a subject to just sharing myself, right? And it wasn't deep. It's just like, oh, you're walking in front of a restaurant, or you know, you're recording yourself with your outfit you're having on before you get out the house. But it still just feels hella awkward. Good morning. But it still just feels hella awkward. So that's something that I'm moving through. Also, every day that I post, not every day, most days I post, I'm trying to fight the urge of not deleting something, because I'm like, don't really need to post that. Oh man, it's really a thing. So doing the vlogging is not just about sharing the physical, right? I think in me vlogging up to the point of me leaving, it's also been about sharing what's going on internally and all the preparation mentally that has taken place, not only for the sabbatical, but to vlog. And again, I know most of the people that are going to watch this are just people that know me. But I think my brain thinks about what if it's other people, you know what I mean? And in a lot of ways, I'm a very private person. And I limit the access intentionally people have to me, especially people that I don't have an intimate relationship with, or there's like different levels of intimacy, right? Different people get to see different parts of me. They get to know different aspects of my life, and I'm okay with that. It has led some people saying like, oh, you're fake, or you're not your authentic self, or this, that, and the other. And it's like, I am. You just get 2 layers of me. You don't get to see the other 6 layers because maybe we're just not close enough. Maybe you haven't proven yourself to be safe enough. I don't know. Whatever the reason, I show what I show to who I show it to based on what I feel like they deserve. And sometimes I'm wrong that they deserve less, and sometimes I'm wrong they deserve more. But if they do deserve more, then I give them more. And if they deserve less, then I pull back. So imagine strangers, people on the internet, people that can twist up your words, people that can do or say anything. And I think I less care about the say stuff, but I care about the do stuff, you know. People just be wilding, you know. So for me, sharing parts of myself that are just for me or for people that know me feels weird. It feels weird. But we're moving through it every day. So what I really went into depth about yesterday was not only, and I'm saying yesterday because I recorded it, but it didn't record, the psychological experience or preparation for this. I like to hike, but not just from a fitness standpoint or a movement standpoint. It is to connect to nature, but it's also to get insight. Like, I believe that, yes, I can go up to a tree and say, good morning, hello, how are you doing? And I can have a whole conversation with a tree. I feel like there is wisdom and knowledge in all living things. And when I hike, good morning. When I hike, I take time to stop and talk to the non-human beings. So I often have some intention of something I want to understand, get more insight into, learn. And so I often go with questions. So I do end of the year, calendar year hike and beginning of the calendar year hike. This might inspire my anchoring motifs, focuses for the year. So I went to Valley of Fire, and which is in Las Vegas, which is beautiful, very open. And my takeaway from that hike experience was about embracing openness, because it's just very wide. Like, it being canyons, desert-y, valley, not a lot of trees, so you just see openness, and that came up a lot. But also trusting myself, trusting that I'll get to where I want to get to, because it does have paved trails, but because there's a lot of rocks, the trail is not always clear. So at some point, you have to just know the direction you're going in, even though there's not a very clear path. And I took that as an anchoring consideration for this year. Now, this was before I decided to do the sabbatical. It was, you might know where you want to go, but you may not have a clear path. But if you know the direction, you could trust yourself that you're going to get there. You also may not have a clear path, which might look like uncertainty. But it's okay to be open and embrace the uncertainty. Just keep moving forward. And those anchoring ideas, motifs, is what is pushing me through this discomfort. Because now it's the opportunity to consistently stay focused on being open-minded to all possibilities, being able to surrender to and accept or welcome uncertainty. It's the challenge to understand that I can trust myself and stay focused on the direction that I'm going, while also being open to the exact path to that direction, right? It just may not be one thing. There's so much uncertainty in my life, and every day I am focusing on abundance, things working out, me having everything that I need, and me being able to learn something from each step. And those are the things that keep me grounded, because it's a lot of uncertainty. To be almost 40 years old, 40 years young, and to leave a well-paying job, to pause security, to be able to rest and take care of myself without any plan, is different. It's really different. And it's also really necessary, because I need the pause. I know that there's so much more compromise if I push myself to push myself. Because I have to remember, my brain and body is not like other people's. So what people have the tolerance or capacity to do, that's them. That's not me. The only person that can take care of my well-being right now is me. And if I have to embrace a season of uncertainty, I have to also remember that I can trust myself and that I have everything. And going out into an open valley, just because there's not a direct path, there are always exits. And there's always some type of path to get to where I'm going, even if it's not a direct or paved one. So every time I feel challenged by the period of uncertainty, I think about that hike. And And I think about that openness, and I think about the necessity of trusting myself. I think about embracing uncertainty, not from a place of fear, but from a place of curiosity and optimism. Because I've also learned that planning is what I'm used to, which is great. But also, when your plans are too rigid and you have so much expectation connected to what you want or idea you have, you actually block out the possibility of even something better happening, because you're so focused on what you want and how you want it, that, for me, so focused that I'm blinded to anything else. And when I have a little bit of less structure, sure, it can be uncomfortable, but at least that leaves the openness of some divine intervention or fortuitous happening that I may have not even allowed if, or gave attention to, if I was so hell-bent on my plans. And so I've included this consideration or this perspective even in planning my trips. The flights are booked, the accommodations are booked, but not most of the activities, because I want to give myself space to feel what I feel closer to the time of any possible activity, and honor that and not push myself. So what I mean by that is, if I had a plan and I paid for that plan, because child, I don't be wasting money. If I paid for that activity, I'm going to do that activity regardless of how I feel. If I'm tired, if I'm sleepy, if I'm low energy, I'm going to do that shit. Which is pushing myself. And this trip is not about pushing. This trip is about falling. It's about releasing. It's about existing, not pushing. Now, if I have less structure, then sure, I might miss out on some things, but at least I'm able to honor where I am and create experiences based off of where I am, you know. And I've been challenging myself to travel like this within the last couple of years, but to go on a big trip like this, not had planned it, not had prepared for it, and kind of do stuff that traditionally would have been considered last minute for me, it's been very different. But one of the things about me embracing bliss is also embracing new possibilities, which looks like approaching life differently, relationships differently, how I take care of myself, how I experience learning. And so we have a lot of uncertainty and we have a lot of newness. You know, just like I talked about at the beginning of the video. I'm in my brain, a new content creator when it comes to vlogging. I'm going to be a newly, traditionally unemployed person. I'm going to be a newly graduated doctoral student, which for me is a beginning point of a career in academia. So even though I've been a practitioner for many years, academia is new, right? So there's all these new perspectives, roles, paths, journeys in my life, and embracing uncertainty and embracing openness is helpful, because it is a reminder that in a new space, there's just going to be things you don't know. And you got to be okay with not knowing. And even if the not knowing feels uncomfortable, it'll be okay. It's not the end of the world. So we're 7 days out. I'm all packed. I'm ready. I'm excited with anticipation around the possibilities of what I'm going to experience or learn about myself. I have a lot of hope that there's going to be beauty in this experience and just coming from the other side. And, whoever is on the journey with me, that's awesome. But also at the end of the day, I get to just come back to these because I love video journaling for myself. I always do it. This is just the first time that I'm sharing things with people. So that's where we are.